All right, folks, we're working on the Mustang today. And as you can see, this cable end was broke. It goes to the starter lug. That goes to the solenoid connection. It's burnt right there. I don't know what happened there. I don't know who laid. Somebody took it off and laid it on the header pipe or what, but it still connects. So I ain't gonna worry about it, but I need to worry about this. So I'm gonna take a knife and I'm gonna cut this insulation back and try to put this on. And if I've got some heat shrink tubing that'll fit over this and shrink down, I'll do that. I don't know if I do or not. I have to find out. Okay, folks, sorry about the shadows, but I'm working out here in the backyard today. Shop is full and all the workbenches are full, and we'll try to run this up to the car this afternoon, install it. I just took this razor blade, this scraper, and just trimmed back this piece of protected shielding, and that reveals the old, and it's just a twist on and crimp. Just crimp it down. So let me get some pliers and screwdriver, see if I can't break that loose, get that off. And I noticed the corrosion on this copper wire is starting to get kind of bad. I think we're okay right now. I don't think I need to replace this cable. Let me see if I can get this off. All right, folks, so what I ended up doing, I took this little Ziz wheel cutter and I actually cut a section of it off because I couldn't get it to pry apart, and it crimped it on there good. And even with about 1/3 of it cut away, I still can't get it to pull off. And I'm not real happy about how these wires are looking. They look pretty rough to me. But I think I'm going to just cut another slit. All I did, I cut a slit in it, and it just broke, that piece broke off. I'm gonna cut another slit and see if I can't keep working it off. Probably should have bought a cable. And that gives you an idea of what I'm doing. If you can see, it's a little slit cut in it right there. And I about got that one cut through, and it should do it. And then I can crimp the new one on, I hope. Yeah, that's Furious back there in the background. Let's see if I can get her to focus for you. There we go. Furious is, it's like a root canal. Well, I finally got the damn thing off. I did do some damage to the wire, but I think I can carefully, with some needle nose pliers, just kind of bring her back down into shape. And I just got to crimp that little piece on, and hopefully it'll be good. Man, I had to cut that thing 4 times. That's ridiculous. Well, there it is. It's crimped down. Probably overdid it. And I probably should have put some heat shrink tubing on it. So I guess I'll wrap a couple of laps with some electrical tape. But yeah, that should do the trick right there. She's on there. All right. Okay, folks, so back over here at the Mustang, and there's the repaired cable right there. I really wish I'd have gone to the store and got the proper size heat shrink tubing, but it's too late now. So what I did, took the remaining part of the cable off that was still on the starter here, and I took this little file right here and the part on the solenoid for the switch. Took that file and just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. And you can see there, you can see copper pretty good now. So I'm gonna get the tripod, a little small tripod, mounted up under here. I don't know how good the lighting's gonna be. I'll try to get some light. This storage unit gives me 15 minutes of power at a time. So even then, it's just overhead lights. They don't really light it up much, but let me see if I can get you some light and get this tripod set up, and we'll install this starter and hook this cable back up and see if that fixes it. Now, here's what we did. I don't know anything about Fords. I'm a Mopar guy. Kind of got this car. It's strange how I ended up with this thing, but I was told to try different washers. What it's doing is dragging like a GM starter when you start it up, if you look at the earlier videos. And I've never known a Ford starter to do that, but I don't have a lot of experience with Fords either. And on a GM, you put a shim under it, and that, you know, there's different thicknesses of shims you can purchase, and you keep trying them till you get one that gets it spaced off far enough. So I talked to a couple of very seasoned veteran technicians, mechanics. These guys are not parts replacers, and they both told me to use the same principle. The starter's too close to the flywheel is all likely is what the problem is, and to try spacing it with some washers. And one of the guys even confirmed by calling a Ford factory trained, retired trained technician who worked on a bunch of these Fox body Mustangs and a bunch of muscle cars and hot rods and drag cars, and all, they were all Fords. He said the same thing. He said, just get some washers and space station. You may have to try some different sizes. So that's what we've got here. So let's give it a shot. I'll get the tripod set up. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see what's happening in there or not. Probably can't. Let me see if I can get the starter up in there right now first. Yeah, I need the starters in there. All right, now I got to get these washers. This is going to be fun. Got to get these dang washers lined up somehow. I can't see. Well, here's the latest. That washer goes on fine. That one not so much. So I got to I gotta take this file here and file the inside of that washer down so it'll fit that bolt a little better. So let me do that. Now I had it all mounted up there and the washer wouldn't work, so let me do that and I'll be right back. All right, I got good news and bad news. The flashlight, I didn't bring a new battery, and that battery is dying. It was fully charged when I brought it over here a couple weeks ago. It is no longer fully charged. It didn't last very long, so I guess I need to replace that battery. All right, so I got the washer deal situated, working out. No light for you, sorry. Let me see if I can get in here and manipulate this thing in such a way. I think it can. And my washer, at least keep the bottom one on. I'll tell you what. All right. Not so bad. Not so darn bad. I haven't got it to thread in yet, but let's see here. I don't know if you guys can see or not. Probably not. Let's do this right here. Shoot. There you go. Get thread in there. All right. Oh, I got too many threads. Now let me see if I can get the top washer in. Easier said than done with no flashlight. All right, guys. As you can see, where my finger is right there, you can see my finger. Yeah, that bolt's in, and the bottom bolt here is in. Right here, everything's good and tight. Just got to hook up the wiring harness, and we can. So hopefully the battery's got enough amps to turn it over without dragging the starter. Let me do that next. I don't know why this thing is blurry. It's probably humidity. Okay, the cables are connected on that end. Nothing's touching the block. I think we're good there. Yeah, I think we're good there. Let me connect it up at the solenoid up on the firewall. All right, guys, so I got the solenoid tight. This bolt right here that bolts the solenoid to the body won't tighten up. I need to do something like that, but it's good enough. All the wires are good and tight. I need to bring some wire ties over and secure it to the frame. It's just kind of flopping around down there. Not real crazy about that, but that's not important today. We're just trying to start this thing up. So we had the battery installed in, pardon me, the trunk. I'm just coming off having the flu, guys. I'm still a little weak, a little dehydrated. Let me let me get the battery hooked up. I checked the oil, and even though the car's sitting at an angle, kind of high in the front on the ramps, let's see if we can fire it up. I'm gonna set you up on another tripod for that. All right, guys, so I got everything hooked up. Sorry about some of the video in there when I was under the car. That flashlight died on me, and I forgot. Pardon me, I'm coming off the flu. I forgot I had that other light, but didn't get the best video putting the starter on. But the second time I got it going, and it went in there pretty good. So let's start it and see what happens. I hope I got enough battery where it won't drag the starter with a weak battery. Well, it's better. I got to listen to the audio. I'm gonna have to play it back some, but it sounded better to me. It's still doing it. They told me I'd have to try some different thicknesses of washers. I've got the audio from when I first picked it up. I can listen to that and listen to this, and maybe bring a buddy over and have him start it while I'm under the hood or something. Might be a good idea. I could put a little bit thicker washer on it, I guess, but it sounded to me like it was still doing it. It sounded like it was dragging a little bit. Like some of that could be the battery. I started it 3 or 4 times, so I don't know. Let me listen to the audio a little bit, and maybe get some of y'all's opinions. What do you think? I don't want to hurt the flywheel, and I don't want to hurt the starter, but that did seem to make it better. So I'm going to close this video out for right now, and because I think we've made some progress. I may come back with a part 2. Okay, guys, appreciate it. This is my first Ford in years. I'm really a Mopar guy. Kind of got into this car on one of them as a buddy. He needed some money. He needed to sell it. So I made him an offer, and to my surprise, he accepted. and I got a Ford. So cool car, fast car, gonna be fun car, and we'll have some fun with it, and it'll make me love my Mopars that much more, I guess. Hit that thumbs up, and we're not knocking on Fords. You know, I do that as jokingly. I love them all. They all run great. And I got an S10 truck sitting right here. Watch this. So I'm diversified. So, but I bought that just for this, just to run up here and run. I got some buildings down here. I got some parts stored in, so that's what I bought that truck for. So, all right, folks, thank you very much. Hit that thumbs up and some love and support, and let's get this Mustang running good. All right, later.